Today I'm going to show you 5 accessories I think you must have for sim racing. So this is a list I put together. There's a lot of things that can go on this list, but when it comes to the top 5, I think there's only a few that really deserve the spot on that list. So I'm going to show you my top 5. But before we get into that, I just want to say a huge thanks to anyone who's subscribed to my channel, the people who are regularly commenting and all. It means so much to me. So yeah, thanks so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for following me on the journey, and hopefully the videos I'm making are helping. Hopefully you're enjoying the videos of me racing and having a laugh with my stupid moments and watching me learn at the same time. So thanks very much, I really appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, hit it, whack the bell, all the good stuff. Let's get straight into it. Number 1, these guys. Whoa, camera just had a little moment there. Oopa. So what's this? This is extremely handy. That's what that is. These are Velcro straps. So you pop them off, you get them online. We can do a bit of ASMR. That might sound horrible. We'll see how that is. There's another one here. One sec. We're going to do it, okay? That probably sounds horrible. But anyway, these are cable ties. They're unreal. The back end is like the hook part, and then one side is the fuzz part. Yeah, we'll say that. So you don't put it like that. You turn it around. Basically, get your cable. You get your cables. And then you wrap this around them. This is unbelievable for cable management. You pop it through the hole, tighten as much as you want, and then it continually wraps around itself until you get this nice, neat little thing. And the best part about it, as anyone who has a simulator or sim rig knows, is if you try to use zip ties, every 3 months we like to move stuff around, or somehow the cable management goes to shit. So you can just open it. You don't have to cut the zip ties, or you don't have to start putting zip ties on zip ties. Or what I used to do is leave zip ties big enough that you could fit a USB head through it. But I decided to spend $2 on Amazon. I got a full rack of these, and they pretty much last forever. What, they're good for, like, I don't know, 1,000 opens and closes and all. So, like, they're amazing. Must have. 100% must have, and you'll have enough for everywhere. Cables in your place will be sorted forever. Next on the list, good gloves. Now obviously this is very subjective, but like, using gloves in sim racing, obviously we're sim racing because, you know, if I could afford a 750 grand GT3 car, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd have more fun things I could spend it on, equally as stupid. But we are doing this for sim racing. So the first reason for gloves is it's obviously immersive. It's nice when you put the gloves on. There's something about it, like, you know, you're about to get down and really do some competitive racing. When you're using the steering wheel as well, if you have a higher powered steering wheel, this is where the subjectivity comes into it. Obviously not a lot of people want to use gloves. I know it's Dan Suzuki, he has a strong steering wheel, rubber grips and all. He just uses his hands. Some people like hands, some people like gloves. For me personally, I know that the rubber does get a bit slippy. Like, even if you're not sweating, somehow condensation in the room can just attract onto the rubber, and you have to wipe them down all the time. If you have Alcantara on your steering wheel, using gloves can help protect it and keep it nice and fluffy, for lack of a better word, over time. And the grip levels, you don't need to death grip your wheel as much. With gloves, this is a grippy surface. You can basically lightly hold your wheel. So for a race that's 40 or 60 minutes long, like an endurance race, you don't have to worry about your hands sweating, slipping on the wheel, or making it like a hand sweat move. Because like, if you don't have grip on your wheel and the wheel decides to do a wild jerk and you're not getting it back properly and you're not able to feel it because it's slipping in your hands, that can be a bit of an issue. These are the Sparco Mecha gloves. You can get them on Amazon. I have to say, they're 10 out of 10. They're unreal. The only bad thing about the reviews is it'll say that, you probably can't see it, but here has, maybe if some people do that. So, oh, look at that, it works. Here has gone a bit fuzzy. Just a little bit. That happens from the Velcro. When the Velcro touches the gloves, it's like the ultimate design flaw. I don't know why, but when this part, the spiky hook part, touches off the thread, it sticks. But like, you can protect it for a few months, but even still, I've let them touch so many times, and they just look well worn like normal race gloves, and from a distance they look fine, you know. So I've had these about a year. Absolutely fine. Best investment you can do. You get a bit of guessing with the sizes. They have a measurement guide, and it does work. You measure from here around to here, look in the reviews, see where other people are happy. You know, they'll say, well, I was 12 from here to here, I went with a large, I was happy. So have a little look for yourself. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Really recommend having gloves for myself, because it just makes all the difference when racing, and I can whack the force feedback up all the way. And even if the wheel decides to snap on me, it gives a little bit of protection. You're not going to get cuts off your gear shifters or anything if your fingers are in the wrong place. So it is handy for when the wheel decides to go wrong. So yeah, that's number 2 on my spot. Number 3 on the list is a very simple one. Get yourself a good fan. And when I say a good fan, I mean one that's suited for sim racing. A small desk fan. And funnily enough, if you go online, you can find some that look like this, and they look like air vents in a car. And they're small, they're easy to mount on your rig, they're easy to place on your rig, very simple mechanisms, and they're not too fast on the air. Now obviously if you live in a really hot country, you probably already have air conditioning, so you can just put that on. I live in Ireland, so you know, when it gets hot here, we just open a window. I tell that to some people who live in Arizona or something like that, and they're like, you open a window when it gets too hot? It's like, yeah, that's what we do. So it doesn't get too hot here, but when you're racing and your computer in the room, obviously, and the wheel getting hot, everything starts to perpetuate heat in the air. So it's nice to just have a small breeze on you, and can make all the difference during, let's say, a 40-minute IMSA race where you're really cutting through the grass, you know what I mean? So get yourself a small fan, really cool, USB powered, very cheap, don't spend too much money on it, and you'll have it pretty much forever. It's a little small motor, they work non-stop forever, just don't smash it. Number 4 is a really cool one. Now this is my almost my favorite one. This is the iFlag system. As you can see on the screen here, the iFlag is basically a small little LED matrix where there's it's like a square made up of lots of LEDs, and then you can use the application Sim Hub to get it to do, let's say, your gear numbers. You can get it to do a spotter left and right. You can get it to do, like you can see here, I'm sampling through all of them. You can get it to do all the different flags: yellow flag, green flag, black flag, blue flag, green flag, the whole thing. Even the meatball flag will come up on it as well. And it's just a really handy thing to have. It's very in your face because it's LEDs. It's not like it's pixels on a screen. LEDs, especially in real life, they are really in your face. And the way these are designed, they're designed to really punch out. So when there's a yellow flag, you'll see it in your peripheral vision. You don't even need to think about it. So an amazing piece of kit. You can get them on Etsy. There's lots of people who make them because they're like DIY projects. So you can either do it yourself, look up how to make an iFlag, or go buy one. They're usually around $30 to $50. I wouldn't pay more than that. I use a Velcro solution for mounting it. I try to GoPro mount and stuff like that. Velcro around the bottom of my monitors seems to be the best solution because I can just pick it up, move it around. It's great like that. So yeah, that's number 4, iFlag. And number 5, the pièce de résistance. I think that's how you say it, the pièce de résistance. The best of the best. This is the coolest thing I've ever got. I got this for Christmas. Someone got it for Christmas for me, and it's a REV Light Bar. It is an LED REV Light Bar. Absolute game changer. This is the icing on the cake. No matter where your sim rig is at, you can get one of these if you're playing on PC, and you can mount it somewhere. I mount it on my monitor. That's kind of the best place I had to mount it. You can put it on top of your wheelbase. You can put it almost anywhere on your sim rig. And I have to say, it is 10 out of 10. The LED lights, obviously, on your steering wheel in the game, similar to the iFlag, they don't punch out at you the same way real LEDs do. So you can turn off your steering wheel in-game if you want that extra immersion, because not a lot of people like to race with 2 steering wheels in front of them. You lose the REV lights. But with a REV Light Bar, you can customize it to perfectly flash blue like you're seeing on screen when your shift comes. And you can even program it so you can have like DRS lights pop up, so you can have the 2 from the left pop up when DRS is available. Then you can have, let's say, 4 pop up when you're crossing the line and you're able to press the button, and then you can have it go back to, let's say, 1 flashing white when it's active, and then the white flash will turn off. So you have a lot of customization. You can have it go from this outside to center out, left to right, right to left. You can have a progressive, or you can have a 3-bar system like you see me using. For me personally, that's the best way to do it. It's the easiest way if I want a fuel save. I know I just shift in red, shift at the start of blue if I'm trying to look after the engine, anything like that. It gives you a good range, and I know when it flashes blue, I'm basically 1% below my red line. So if I really want to push it and push my fuel, I can leave it in the flashing blue for a while. So one of the most immersive things, the most fun things you can get for your sim rig is an LED REV bar. It's a little thing, similar pricing to the iFlag, maybe a little cheaper. You can get it because of how simple it is. Again, you can make it yourself if you have a 3D printer and you're good with kind of soldering and stuff like that, and you're willing to find all the pieces all cheap. But yeah, this is the best thing I've ever got for my sim rig. Just having the lights flash in your face. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see the back of my wheel flashing blue. That's where it comes from. I don't need to look down there because it's just in your face. So that's my number 5 one, a sim light bar, a REV Light Bar, REV Light Bar. So those are my top 5 accessories for sim racing. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below, and most importantly, let me know yours down below, because I want to hear, other people want to know, and yeah, let's swap info, let's all learn together, and yeah, thanks very much for watching.